Good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folarin. Well, PENGASSAN is fully in the news. As everybody is aware by now, there is a dispute between it and Dangote Refinery. So that's what we'll look at this morning. The dispute, is that Dangote and his workers don't have a right, as far as PENGASSAN is concerned, to do as they please within their own business. A lot of people have been looking at this and they say that, well, Dangote doesn't have a right to try to become a monopoly. Dangote has consistently denied that. He has no such intention. But we'll find out about it as we go on this morning, and especially what you think. PENGASSAN, by the way, is Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. So they are the people that are, as it were, drawing a line in the sand. And by the way, it's also important to say that the federal government has now moved to broker peace. We have two guests this morning to look at this subject matter. First, human rights lawyer Kabir Akingbolu. He's right next to me here. Good morning to you, sir.
It's a pleasure. Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And then engineer Olusegun Okedoye, who is a business analyst. He's an oil and gas expert as well. And, well, he's a very mobile person. So he was in Ghana, Accra, Ghana. We said, well, that's no problem. We still can catch you and speak with you. So here we are. Thank you very much, Engineer Okedoye. Appreciate your coming on our program. Our pleasure. Okay, let me just start over there, since, I like the fact that I'm able to travel back in time. Ghana is an hour behind Nigeria, so we are hitting 11 o'clock now in the morning, and you guys are hitting 10 o'clock in the morning, if I get it right. This is your territory, as it were, your home turf. You're an oil and gas expert. Do indeed please tell us what you think of the position that the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria has adopted.
Yeah, I think this present face-off with PENGASSAN and Dangote needed to be looked at critically, and each party should tread cautiously for the national overall interest of Nigeria. Quite frankly, PENGASSAN has the right to fight for the job security of its members, and also Dangote has the right to fight for the security of the investment. We must find the middle ground. I've been following the incident and also the altercation between the two. I think the federal government need to step up as a mother and call the two parties together and find amicable middle ground where the job security of Nigerians that are in Dangote will not be jeopardized, as well as also put the national interest at heart, not to shut down the gas supply or the crude oil supply to Dangote.
Indeed. Okay. Thank you very much for that opener. Well, Mr. Akingbolu, there we have it. PENGASSAN is accusing, alleged anti-union practices. Give me your take on this whole matter.
See, whether we like it or not, one thing is very fundamental, sacrosanct, and unmovable here. It's unshakable. It's firm. Now, that the fundamental right of every person is entrenched in the Constitution. And by Section 1 of the Constitution, it said this is the most supreme law of the land. And by Section 1, Subsection 3, it said any law that is inconsistent with any provision of this Constitution shall be rendered invalid and shall be declared null and void to its extent of its inconsistency.
Okay.
Now, the Constitution in Chapter 4 gives right to freedom of association, assembly to the people. Now, you as a person cannot by any means, whether by rules, whether by any method or whatever, or business usage, curtail that right. That's why they call it fundamental right. They are the right that are inalienable. You can't remove it from anybody. You can't take it away. Once you remove it from that person is no longer complete as a citizen. Now, you have a right to hire and fire as a chief executive officer or as an employer. However, it does not take away the rights of the workers, especially fundamental. In fact, in law, there is this aspect of law, like our customary law. When you have issues with the custom and all that, they will say rule of evidence will not apply. But with the exception of fair hearing, they will not tell you, oh, this document is admissible, it's a photocopy. It will not follow when you are trying in customer arbitration or customary trial, anything that has to do with custom. However, when it has to do with breach of fair hearing, like an Oba will be the one to charge you, to be the one to decide your fate, will be the one to decide what happens to you and try you. No, it will not be allowed. Now, the issue of fundamental right is very sacrosanct. You say people should be employed. It was alleged that when they are taking their letter of employment, they are signing an undertaking not to join a union. It is anti-labor. The labor law does not support it. And that's what they call international best practice. Standard practice is that every organization, you should not, you cannot restrict or inhibit the right of your workers from joining a union. What are you trying to hide in any way? If you are sure, if you are so sure that you are going to treat these people in line with the law, in line with the custom, in line with the tradition of oil and gas, and that you are not going to violate their right unjustly, you have nothing to fear. It is a clear conscience fears no accusation. What is Dangote's fear in telling them not to join union, PENGASSAN or wherever? It is because any worker, if you are a medical doctor, you don't belong to NMA. You are a naked person. If you are a lawyer, you don't belong to an NBA. You are a naked, because you may say it doesn't concern you, but when it happens, the only thing, however, that
but those are professional bodies that you just mentioned. Bodies. Those are professional bodies.
Now, in this area, the workers also have a right to say we are not joining.
Yes.
Out of their own free will.
Yes.
PENGASSAN, we have no right from wherever, whatever kind of right to say you must belong here. No. But making it a rule is where Dangote gets it right. Do you understand? That is my problem. He had drawn a kind of battle line. And again, if you look at it very well, we should look at it not from the microscopic angle. Don't let us be myopic, let us be a bit liberal and think wide and far. That if he does this, it is tilting toward monopolizing the sector. Because, he will say no. It happened in cement. Well, I think only two companies now, Dangote and the other, I think Bua and the rest of them, they are the one bringing at a point when they were coming on board. They said, we are going to make cement to be affordable to every Nigerian. They crashed the price from 3,400 naira to 1,300. Every Nigerian were jubilating. By that, government said, oh, we have reached the promised land. They cut short, they stopped importation of cement. Immediately they grapple the industry, cement become unreachable. The price goes back. Now we are here. You are giving us all hope that, we can produce 650,000 barrels per day, which equals $20 billion per day. It's a very huge investment. Do you understand? We like it. You understand? And given the fact that Nigeria government, since between 2010 and 2020, has spent under Jonathan, it was $1.6 billion. Under Obasanjo, it was $1 billion US. Under Buhari, it was $1.5 billion US that were spent on revamping the refineries that are alien and are not working. Do you understand? They are a kind of white elephant project. This total amount, amounted to 11.3 trillion, which is among us. When Buhari came to power, our budget for that year in 2015 was 4 trillion. So which means that 11 trillion will have done our budget 3 years. Do you understand? But they have used it to say they want to do refinery that is no. Somebody is coming to do it. Let us give him support. I agree. But then he should also not try to envelope the entire sphere. Because it is dangerous for us. If one person is controlling the oil sector, that is the bane of Nigeria's survival, in fact. Do you understand? Whether we talk about anything today, about 50 or 60% of our earnings come from, us not necessarily are supposed to come from there. It's only recently that we are getting some from agriculture and some other sector, like import duties and all that. Fine. Okay, so you feel that going by that analysis, one can be understanding. Yes, why the fear of PENGASSAN? The fear of PENGASSAN. Okay,
Engineer Okedoye, what do you think of PENGASSAN, its behavior, that it has directed its members to halt gas and crude oil supplies to the Dangote refinery, citing dismissal of over 800 workers, and I think replacing them with some Indian workers? Hello, sir.
Hello.
Oh, okay, you're here now. Did you hear me, or should I say it again?
Come again, sir.
Yeah, I was saying, what do you think of the fact that PENGASSAN has directed its members to halt gas and crude oil supplies to the Dangote refinery? And, because Dangote reportedly has sacked 800 workers, I don't know whether they're PENGASSAN or not.
My immediate reaction to that will be it's very dangerous and it's counterproductive. By all means, we want the Ministry of Labor's productivity to step in quickly to avert that impending danger, because if you halt the supply of gas and crude oil to a factory of that magnitude, it will hurt a lot. It will hurt the company a lot, and by inference, it will hurt the country. So we should not allow that to happen. Be that as it may, the PENGASSAN is talking and is on the right of expression on the part of the Nigerian workers to ensure that they are protected, and at large, Nigeria is protected from being coerced and also forced not to belong to a union. It's a thin line between the two. Joining a union and not joining a union. It's a thin line. And that is why I will need the Ministry of Labor to take a look at it critically and do what exactly is in our constitution.
Okay.
It's a freedom of choice. But also there is a clause that must be obeyed by the Dangote refinery to ensure that none of the workers who refuse to join is victimized and nobody is retrenched or sacked without a cause. So I will want the Ministry of Labor, who are saddled with that responsibility, to step up the game and avert the impending danger that could result from shutting down gas and oil supply to Dangote. Because to kick off those kind of refinery, even when the problem is over, it's a lot of economic waste.
Exactly.
And considering the disruption that it may cause in the supply chain of the refined product.
Indeed.
Knowing fully well that that is the only refinery that is working at the moment in Nigeria, and the strategic importance it is to the economy of this country. We must do everything to protect it, and also we must protect ourselves. Okay. That is my take on that. And we must swing to action, and then the relevant party call the two parties together and solve this problem once and for all.
Indeed. Okay. Mr. Kinkolu, this is, I think this is the content of the news item that the federal government is moving or has moved to avert a crisis. You see, I think on social media, I don't know, social media just has this memory. They went all the way back to Abacha. The head of state Abacha.
I was going to talk about that when the issue of NNPC filling stations came about. That's the bat of the
But that was in a military regime. Yes. Thankfully, we are now in a democracy. Yeah. But is PENGASSAN, as our people say, is PENGASSAN not doing anyhow? By which I mean that this is a security matter. It's oil, it's, it's revenue, it's income, and PENGASSAN ordered that neither shall you take anything in, crude and all of that, neither shall you bring anything out, processed materials.
Just like the last speaker said,
okay.
It's a very dangerous thing. And again, there is a thin line between anarchy and lawlessness. Normal society. No society can, descend to anarchy in just 1 minute. So care must be very taken. Must be taken very well by the PENGASSAN. Also, Dangote also should tread with caution, because by coming the way they came, by trying to prescribe unionism in the organization, they are coming with, a kind of singing a war song. You understand? We don't care. What we are interested in now is for our company to be working. What are you trying to hide? Even in a micro environment, micro organization that are up to 10, 11, they have union. So you understand? So why are you afraid of your shadow?
So you are not among those saying that PENGASSAN is doing too much.
No, I'll come to that. Now you see, issue of PENGASSAN. I have said it that they have no right also to force anybody to belong to them. And again, there are thousands of ways of killing a dog than hanging it. You understand? They should have. It shouldn't have even reached the level of saying, "Oh, don't supply crude oil, don't do this, don't do that." In 1994, all efforts to bring down, to make Abacha or the military to change their mind then proved abortive. When PENGASSAN came in, through Franco Kori was the leader then, everything came to a halt. The military government, they felt it so well.
Yes.
Abacha had to come up with trailers, tankers, branded green, white, green. That is the birth of NNPC filling station that we have today. You understand? Although one way or the other, it has also led to some development in that area. Sociologists have said that the crisis is part of the element of factors of development. That's what we have seen there. You see NYSC, it was because of civil war that we called it. So you can see that. Now, what are we trying to say now when it's democracy? Why should an organization as reputable as Dangote, I think second or the third largest in the world, you understand?
Yes.
You understand? Now, how can you now say, oh, we don't want this to happen and again to make it more dangerous or more unthinkable? Is bringing foreigners to come and occupy, allegedly, to come and occupy the spaces that you have sent them
you
away.
Have created by
and
sending
800 workers, Uncle Yori, it's a lot. 800 workers in this alien economy. So I don't think Dangote, yes, it means well for Nigeria, but let us do it well. Don't do it in such a way that, oh, it's only the interest of the investment or the company that matters. The interest of Nigerians also matter. While you are doing this one, you are trying to say, okay, we want to operate at a parallel line. We don't want it to belong to PENGASSAN. PENGASSAN is a voluntary organization. You cannot force people to join. There is a way Dangote can do it that the members will not even join PENGASSAN. Do you get? But not making it a rule. Come and sign your letter of appointment and say you are not going to join a union. That is where the mistake happened. I think Dangote has not been properly advised there. Because, and again, Nigeria government should be very careful. They should step in. But in stepping in, they must come with clean mind. They shouldn't be biased. Let it be a win-win situation. Okay. Don't lean towards Dangote too much. It may cause issues. Don't lean towards the PENGASSAN too much. It may also cause issues. So, because as it is, just like we are saying, just a sneeze, Nigerians are already catching the cold. Yeah. If Dangote say we are not producing today again, we are back to era of queuing up in filling stations. Is it a good thing for Nigeria of 55 years or 50 independent, post-independent, to still have not been able to have a refinery that is functional, and we have this oil in abundance? What is happening to us? Only one person is now sitting on top of this thing, dictating. It's dangerous. You see, very dangerous.
I have heard
a whole country as big as 200 million in population cannot have one single refinery that is functional, and you are having a private man able to do it. Then something is wrong either with our country or with our leaders.
Okay. Engineer Okede, he used a word that I was waiting for the time to bring that word out. A private man, referring to Dangote, it's a private concern. It's in the private sector. This is not a public something. And there are those who have said that, can you just ride roughshod over personal, private property like that? They are even saying that, look, if PENGASSAN feels this strongly about it, couldn't PENGASSAN have invested? Couldn't they have invested in their own refinery as well? You've heard all the, but this is a private concern, a private going concern. The man has, hit this humongous, almost unimaginable kind of debt, runs into billions of naira. I understand it was what, 10, 13, I can't remember the figure now, but he has now drawn it down to around 3 billion naira. Is PENGASSAN not, I use the expression, the Nigerian expression, doing anyhow. If PENGASSAN now comes out and is going to put all of Nigeria into this kind of a hard bind, is that conscionable? I'm happy that we started out with the law. Mr. Kimbulu gave us the law, but this whole matter about there's a private sector and there is a public sector. Does it matter in this regard? Engineer Okede. Okay, I can see. I think we have a challenge. So let me bring that same question to you.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between when a thing is publicly owned, it belongs to all Nigerians, and when a thing is privately owned? And nobody wanted to go there because it was almost impossible to go there, if not for the, if not for the assistance of God, and Dangote is in a position to bring out the kunkushi to do it.
Let me tell you straight away, there is a world of difference between a privately owned company and a public owned company and a private owned company.
Okay.
You understand? A private company and a public company. You know why? Because why that is a public concern. The public has issues. They have interest in it. They have investment. They have certain things to derive from it. A private company is owned by the man. If he is losing, he's losing completely.
Exactly.
If he is gaining, it is his gain. Now he has come. I think government should encourage him first. The organization PENGASSAN should have even watched. To me, if you ask me, my honest view, this man has just come up, but it's not yet to a year. I don't think it's up to a year now, or close to a year. They should have allowed him to at least maybe function for about 1 or 2 years before they start bringing this idea of...
before they start troubling him.
Exactly.
And this is what it is.
It is.
Troubling him.
For now, it's troubling because it may kill the organization. Why? They have not stood very well. They're just trying to find their feet. So it's just as a man living in Yoruba land. They say you don't start with left leg when you are going on a journey. Dangote is going on a very long journey. It's a palace, terrain, and you want to now cringe him.
Yeah,
you are already
you want to
crippling
squeeze
him.
him from the beginning.
You want to sniff light out of him. To me, they would have allowed Dangote to at least become a whole. Let it crystallize as a body that is very strong.
Okay.
It has not snowballed to a strong company yet.
But it's on the way.
It's on the way.
And there are people who are watching.
And it's succeeding already. You
yes,
understand?
they're succeeding already.
You are planting
which is offensive to some.
Exactly.
It must be said.
Exactly.
I understand that Engineer Okedo is back on the back online. Are you back with us? Engineer Okedo?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
I had asked the question, but that time you were offline about the fact that Dangote Refinery and Petrochemicals is a private concern. Does it make a difference? This is not a publicly owned concern. Even if Nigeria has shares in the place, that was just our rule. Say, okay, you're doing this kind of a thing that we couldn't do for so long. Okay. Your own, we shall take a share. And I think they took 10%. I think 20%. Does it make a difference that PENGASSAN is trying to deal with a private concern in this way?
Exactly. If I take a cue from the last speaker, you will find out that they have been in a hurry and in a haste. And that is why I'm calling for caution in their demand for unionism, and holding Dangote at jugular is not the best option for Nigeria at this moment. This company just started operations, and they are still struggling to make their balance sheet very good, and then be able to sit well and run the company profitably. This will be interest of the Nigerian people as well. If the company goes down, we are going back to square one of fuel queues on the road. My challenge is this: if PENGASSAN is so much interested in the affairs of the workers of Nigeria, are there not workers in all our refineries, all the 4 refineries that were moribund? What effort have they made to ensure that the government is forced to make the place operational and also employ more people. Now,
okay. I beg your pardon, sir. I beg your pardon, sir. Please hold your thought. I might come back to you, but I don't want to miss a call. Benga in Abuja has called. Good morning, Mr. Benga.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Good morning.
Good morning to your guest there.
Okay, okay. Please go ahead,
issue
sir.
of Dangote and PENGASSAN.
Yeah.
We need to be very objective. We should take away sentiment and emotion there. Yeah, Dangote has invested a lot into that refinery. At the same time, PENGASSAN, as a union body, have the right to protect their members. I don't think Dangote is not giving us the whole truth of what has happened there. PENGASSAN told us that about 800 staff of Dangote have joined their union as a member. They now notify Dangote about those people. Look, these people are our member. We don't need money from them because of their due to pay, and that these are the officials of this. On Tuesday and on Wednesday, Dangote served those people with sack letter. What has happened between Tuesday and Wednesday? What kind of saboteur, the sabotaging act have they committed that have made Dangote to feel threatened between Tuesday and Thursday that is happening? We need to know. Is there in the handbook of Dangote that if you are staff of this organization, you do not belong to a union?
Mm-hmm.
Those staff have their constitutional right to belong to an association. There is no association in our constitution to belong. We need to query that. Why would that be a crime, an offense that will match a sack? PENGASSAN staff are not just junior staff. They are the management staff, graduates and above. These are intelligent people. In all industries, these are first class. These are eggheads. These are people that are the class up and above.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling in, Benga. I must cut away now and go on a break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So Dangote and the PENGASSAN face-off. Federal government moves to broker peace. Kabir Akigbolu, human rights lawyer, is our guest in the studio, and remotely, Engineer Olusegun Okede, business analyst, oil and gas expert. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being with us. I'm coming right back to you, Engineer Okede, because you were giving your impressions on the fact that it is a private concern. You were just going to tell us what you think about the fact that PENGASSAN is dealing with a private concern in this way. So please continue, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yori. My thought earlier was that we know it's a private enterprise, and there is a law covering and guiding private enterprise in Nigeria as well. And there is a monitoring team from the angle of the government. My question is, why is so many things struded in secrecy as regards this unionism? I'm joining and I'm not joining, our victimization. We need the relevant organization, relevant parastatals in Nigeria to go into that and investigate the recent development in Dangote in the last few days as regards these workers' relief of their duty. We need to know what exactly is going on there. Who is victimizing who? So if 800 workers are alleged to be a saboteur, 800 is a large number. I don't want to believe that 800 people will collude to sabotage Nigerians, Dangote, in favor of who? There are supervisors, there are hierarchies in this company. So I need the Ministry of Labor and Productivity to step in and do a thorough investigation and see who is telling us the truth about, is it sabotage or is it because those people want to join union?
Okay.
If it is joining the union, I think it is condemnable. But if it is sabotage, we also need to condemn it and ensure that Dangote is protected and the investment is not going down the drain.
Okay. Alhaji Suba in Alimosho, good morning to you, sir. Alhaji Subaya, can you hear us? Alhaji Subaya, good morning.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead now, please.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Yori.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm hearing you faintly, but I don't know whether you are hearing me.
We can hear you
Morning,
very well.
I hope you are hearing me too.
Very, very well.
Thank you. Yes, first of all, yesterday I listened to the secretary of PENGASSAN. He gave a kind of condition. He gave a kind of condition, you know, that for Dangote, he said an injury to one is an injury to all. That is what he said. And he said Dangote is monopolizing the oil industry. And at the same time, he demanded for apology. You see, what I'm trying to say is this. You see, our president, you know, should stand up, because it's a bad omen to the effort of Mr. President in looking for, you know, an investor to come to this country, to invest. You know, I don't know how, you know, but PENGASSAN will try to strangulate the effort of the Dangote as far as Petroleum Industries is concerned. And at the same time, you remember, this same PENGASSAN, they're the one that have a picture, you know, with Kyari, you know, telling us the refinery is okay. And whereas they are, you know, they are fooling Nigeria, or they are deceiving Nigeria. So what therefore, if they are telling us it's an injury to them, you know, an injury to their own member, it's an injury to all of them. On who? On the detriment of Nigeria. What is economic benefit of PENGASSAN to Nigeria? This is where I'm going. So Nigerians should rise up and stop this nonsense of what the PENGASSAN is doing is like frustrating Dangote. And in fact, whatever have they done concerning our foreign refinery that is on some ground here? Their workers, their colleagues are in refinery doing nothing. They didn't do anything with that. Somebody came with millions of dollars to invest in this country. You are frustrating him. I'm calling on Nigeria and Mr. President to stand up against these people. In fact, it's not acceptable. It's nonsense. That's the way I look at it. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, Alhaji Suba. And well, a lot of people are angry with PENGASSAN because they are seeing this from the point of view of what is going on. Is PENGASSAN not happy with the fact that there are no more queues? Is PENGASSAN not happy with the fact that there is no shortage of fuel anymore? And so devising the way these critics are going about it, this is not necessarily, I'm not saying this is a truism, but this is the way critics of the PENGASSAN action are looking at it, that PENGASSAN is trying to use the power it has, the power to say you can't come into Dangote, you can't come out of Dangote, to mess the country up for their own particular purpose. Now, this, I think, was similar, not identical a situation to what General Sani Abacha faced in his own time. Yes. And you saw that brief pronouncement that has now been circulated all over the place. People are just remembering. Yeah. So, I don't know. Both you gentlemen have been quite discreet and diplomatic. Say, look, PENGASSAN, he has his own. Dangote Refinery too, he has its own matters to address. Yes. Now, what should the federal government be doing? Federal government just has to find a way out of this
the federal government should come in as a neutral body, then and ensure that with only one objective in sight, to broker peace and make sure that normalcy returns. However, this is going to come at a very high price to Dangote. You know why? Because if truly they have employed Indians or some foreigners, 800 workers laid off, it means you have to bring them back. If you are bringing them back, that's an additional wages to be paid. And are you going to send forth the foreigners? And again, bringing foreigners like this, you need foreigners in the maybe engineers in some sector probably. Yes. They can miss this thing. But let us know what is the local content of the employees.
You know, somebody just said that we have not yet been told the kole of this matter?
Yeah, there are a lot of things here.
There are a lot of things.
If you look at it very well, and I'm telling you, if you dig very well, you will arrive at the corner cause as corruption. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to make allegation, but look at the issue of, like the last caller made allusion to. When we're saying, I was one of the people, I was on the program, a national program, and I said, that refinery they say is working, they should go and look at it very well. I don't think it's working. Therefore, I said, but I don't believe it. Later, they were the people that supported those people and said, oh, it's working. And coming from them, Nigerians believe that, oh, truly, if it's coming from PENGASSAN, it is correct. But now, you are saying wrong to one, to injury to one is injury to all. That injury to Nigeria at that time, that we are still suffering till now. What happened? Now, we do you know the humongous amount of billions of dollars that they lost at the refinery under Kyari? What have they done about that? Those are the things they should be fighting for now, for me. They should fight government, they should tell government, oh, we want this man to be brought to justice, we want this money to come out. Those are more important than now. Let Dangote refinery function at least for some years. Let them give us fuel. Let them support the economy. Let them support the employment ratio. Let it increase before you start talking about all the, because they should, I think they have lawyers. It's an elementary principle of law that under labor law, any employee that is dismissed or sacked on the basis of unionism will be reinstated.
Okay.
There is no gainsaying the fact. So why don't you wait and keep your gunpowder dry? But let this company breathe first. Let the Nigerians enjoy it on broken enjoyment of supply of fuel for at least 3 years.
Okay.
You cannot come and say, okay, now
let's
close our eyes, because you are a small child trying to grow in the industry.
Now
this is not working.
Now that you have stabilized,
they should also do that through dialogue.
Yes,
but when you are starting now, the man has just exploited the company. Now, what the man was scared of that he has not said, you are proving it that yes, you are going to be a problem if the workers join.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, so, I do. Let me bring in Mr. Awokwetu in Ogba. Good morning to you, sir.
The man was scared of that he has not.
Mr. Awokwetu, good morning, sir. Mr. Awokwetu, you've got to mute the volume of your television set.
Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Can you please mute your television set?
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Please mute the volume of your television set. Good morning.
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, thank you very much. I am.
Please, Uncle Yori, I just want to know that this PENGASSAN, they've been in existence for several years. Their members were in Kaduna Refinery when the place was closed down for several years and they were earning any salary. Now Port Harcourt Refinery was closed down. Warri was closed down. And yet you have made their members in this place and they were earning salary from the Nigerian economy. Now they are now going to private something. In fact, there is something that is so salient that we have to look at. We are being told that each of the tanker that's loaded in this place, they are taking how much from them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet they will come out that telling us that they are fighting for the common man. They are fighting for their pocket. I think it is high time that government do something about all these so-called activists that are not fighting for Nigeria. They are fighting for their pocket. That is my own submission.
I want to thank you very much for calling in and bringing in, I think I spoke with you last.
Yes.
Let me go to Engineer Okudi. That gentleman, Mr. Awokwetu, calling in from Ogba, he actually touched on something we've been reticent about. This is the fact that PENGASSAN has calculated how much, if Dangote's idea, if you want, call it a scheme, if he were allowed to go through, they've calculated how much they will be losing in terms of revenue, check-off dues, and all that kind of a thing. And so this whole matter about Dangote becoming a monopoly, there are those who are saying not really so. These people are more, just like the gentleman said it. What is your thought on the conversation being taken in that direction? PENGASSAN is watching out for itself, nothing else.
Thank you, Uncle Yori. I think it is not far-fetched if we say that PENGASSAN is just looking out for themselves and not for the interests of the generality. Take, for example, our Ford refinery has been on their knee for decades. So many dollars have been pumping into them. Are they not saying this PENGASSAN that are in that offices? Are they not the ones that are doing turnaround maintenance every year and we are not seeing any oil? What exactly is their grounds? If they allow this Dangote to run for like 2 years and then start monitoring the local content in that place and come out with empirical data and facts, then we can listen to them. Not that the person is just about to sit down and start producing, and you are bringing in the injustice to one is injustice to all. What of injustice that the government-owned enterprises that they are leading has brought to the entire 230 million Nigeria? We need to ponder on this and call a spade a spade. PENGASSAN need to rearrange themselves and be focused, not on mundane things. I feel, in my own opinion, joining or not joining union is a mundane thing. If a worker actually delivers his job as expected, no reasonable employer will sack such a worker. I run business. I also work in a private enterprise before I start my own business. No time as my employer harassed me when I was working in oil industry that I will be sacked, because I'm adding value to the bottom line. Even when I was to leave, they know they miss me. It took them several years for them to find a replacement for my position. That shows I am contributing significantly, and nobody harassed me during my year of working. Now, come back to Dangote. The local contents are there. Have they been coming out to tell us how many Indians or foreigners to Nigeria do we have? Where are those government bodies? They will always want to strangulate Nigerian enterprise or Nigerian investor or Nigerian entrepreneur to the detriment of the business environment and to the benefit of their pocket. So I am joining my voice to the voice of those who are asking a salient question. PENGASSAN need to retrace their step and fall in line with best international practice and do their unionism with a human face. I would have expected that they are championing the fact that a refinery in Nigeria must work, rather than going to strangulate a private investor who comes to help at a critical time.
Exactly. One moment, sir. I think I have Othel in Delta. Good morning, Othel. Did I get that right? I didn't even get a chance to find out if I got it right or not. Well, indeed, this I think, because look, I think it was Alhaji Subai or someone, I think it was, who said that we have not heard everything concerning this whole matter.
That's the truth.
Why did they not say an injury to some, to some is an injury to all?
In NNPC,
they
wrote in the NNPC.
They didn't come up with that then. So look, there's no way anybody can be persuaded that I said INEC. That's another organization in the news. That this thing that they are fighting is a real, it's a fight that has nothing to do with us. It's about the Nigerian people. No, you didn't do that when we were wasting billions and billions of naira on turnaround maintenance that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I have made mention of the turnaround maintenance that under Obasanjo it was $1 billion, under Jonathan $1.6 billion, under Buhari $1.5 billion, total $11.35 trillion. Do you understand? What have you done about all this? You have not said, okay, all these people are accountable. You understand? Just like you have said, there is what they call the checkout dues and some other things, the ticket money, all loading, offloading, and the rest of them that they collect that run into billions. In fact, humongous amount of money that people cannot know. That's why people just sue for this unionism thing. What have you done? 2 refineries in Wari, they are not working. 1 refinery in Kaduna is not working. 1 refinery in Port Harcourt, not working. Now we are here. You are still talking. you are not fighting for that one and say an injury to Nigeria is an injury to everybody. Why is it on the issue of Dangote? For me, they have not been fair to Dangote.
Exactly.
They should have allowed the company to take off fully and get
and stabilize properly.
Let me not bring that, okay, want to standardize the practice.
Okay. In Kaduna, Nasir is waiting to join us. Good morning, Nasir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
You need to mute your television set, please.
Yeah.
Nasir, can you mute your television set? Turn the volume of your television set to 0.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, what up now, sir?
Excellent. Go ahead now, please. We can hear you now. Go ahead, please.
Okay, are you hearing me now, sir?
Yes, we are.
Okay, morning, sir. So, this the problem of Nigeria, one of the problems is this PENGASSAN. They don't want Nigeria progress at all. How many years is when they are suffering for all this wahala? Look at the refinery is not working. Look, what is not working, and they are collecting salaries. So, the God bring this man Dangote for us to come and help us. But these people, they don't want him. They don't want Dangote ambition to be okay. So we there are we entity. So my advice to our president is that let him dissolve this PENGASSAN because they are not they are the one of causing wahala for the country.
All right.
Please, because we need progress for Nigeria. So please, I'm begging you, beg Mr. President to dissolve these people. They are army robbers. They are Nigerian enemies completely.
All right.
They don't want poor man to enjoy how am I going to call it?
Okay.
So please, that is how
the fruits of his labor and all of that. Okay.
I'm begging you, tell Mr. President, this will be added. So, but we don't want to see them.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Nasir, I'm sure Mr. President is hearing, and if he's not hearing, some people that watch will be taking notes furiously and will be saying that this is what Nigeria is saying, Mr. President. Luckily, you have, in terms of the federal government, they have said that we're swinging into action. Okay, the time is counting down fast, so let's look at the solutions now. Look, the federal government is going to try and be diplomatic. Yeah. They will want to be in the middle, yes. So what are the options that are left now? Because, look, if a man has an organization, it's a privately owned organization, surely he should have some say in what he wants to do in that organization. And if you don't like it, go ahead. I have just about a minute more.
The way I think it should be done, Dangote should be more diplomatic in handling the situation behind the curtain. Okay. Letting you not be something written. There is a way you can control them that it will not even be in the open that we are not to join union. All right. They will just say we are not interested. Let PENGASSAN now say you must join. The Constitution of Nigeria did not say you must join an association. It's a voluntary thing.
Thank you very much.
But federal government should also try to ensure that PENGASSAN did not jeopardize the investment of Dangote in that refinery. It's very important. Okay,
Engineer Okede, so your thoughts on how government should tread on this matter? I think you can't hear us.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So quickly, please, your thoughts on how government should, proceed with this matter.
Okay, my thought is this, like I've been saying, the relevant agencies should step up real quick and do the thorough investigations and ensure that this disruption we have had is nipped in the bud. Investigate the activities of the management of the Dangote for any infraction on sacking of the staff, and also give a stern warning to the PENGASSAN to sheath their sword immediately to allow Dangote to breathe, that we don't have the fifth refinery not working in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir. We're going to have to leave it there. Engineer Olusegun Okodoye, really appreciate you, business analyst and oil and gas expert. as well as Barrister Kabir Akimbolu, human rights lawyer. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the program. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much, as I said. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.
The following is a paid presentation by